In today's video, we're doing a full face of Merit Beauty, and I wanted to create something that felt very fall-like. So I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial. Let's get started. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. I do want to kick off by telling you guys that I already prepped my skin with the Merit Beauty Great Skin Priming Moisturizer. I have been talking about this product since it launched earlier this year. I love this moisturizer as a primer for makeup. It's a 2-in-1, so it's gonna hydrate and moisturize the skin, but it also plumps the skin and preps it for makeup, and it truly does perform like a primer. I love, love, love this product. Pretty sure this was in my favorites video, either last month or the month before. It is a phenomenal priming moisturizer. So this has already been done off camera because I did apply my tinted SPF on top of that. But let's go ahead and go in with Complexion. I'm gonna be using the Minimalist Complexion Stick from Merit Beauty. I'm the shade Ochre. And you guys, I teamed up with Merit for this video because they are having like their only sale of the year, and I have an early access code for you guys. So I'm gonna have my code here on screen. I'm also gonna drop it down in the description box so you guys can shop before their big sale. Keep in mind, they have one sale a year, you guys. So you can get 20% off site-wide. That is huge. Let's go ahead and get to applying this foundation, and then I'm going to share another fun little gift that you get with Merit Beauty during this early access Black Friday sale. So when I'm applying this, I like to just do kind of little stripes on the face, and it seems like I'm doing a lot, you guys, but what I love about the applicator of this is it's actually pretty tight. It's not like a big wide foundation stick, so it's really great to use as a foundation stick. You can also use it as concealer. I'm gonna go ahead and apply a little bit as concealer as well. So for that reason, it looks like I'm doing more swipes, but in terms of product, it's about the same amount of product that I would use from any other foundation stick. Okay, and I'm gonna do this little trick that I've been loving. I'm gonna take my foundation brush, I'm using the N17 from Nikki LaRose, and I'm gonna spray it with the little Hydra Mist from Jane Iredale. This is a setting spray that's very hydrating. And I'm just gonna kind of work that into the bristles so that when I go to blend this out, it just really like helps, what's the right word? It just really gives this very skin-like finish to this foundation. It's so beautiful. It helps me spread the foundation. It's a good little trick to use on cream stick foundations or cream stick bronzers or blushes, just to help you kind of spread it. When I'm using the N17, you'll notice that I am spreading it versus like patting or buffing it into the skin. I love this brush for when I'm trying to kind of sheer out a foundation or just really spread a product. I'm even gonna kind of work this underneath the eyes, kind of blend out that underneath the eye area. Look at that. So quick, so easy, so beautiful. Oh, that looks so good. Do you guys see this? It looks so good. I mean, the skin is even. I've got great coverage, but it's not heavy. It's a very natural finish. Like, it looks like my natural skin. It does not look like makeup. It is so nice, you guys. I love this. This product is buildable too, so you can really get a sheer natural application, or you can build it up, add more where you need more coverage. I'm gonna go in and kind of re-spritz my brush to do the other side. Oh, I love this. I love this little trick. It really helps kind of spread the makeup, and it feels so good, especially if you're having like a dry skin day. This is a great little hack. Oh, it looks so good. What I love about this foundation stick as well is that it stays in place all day. It's not heavy. It doesn't get shiny. It just really looks beautiful and natural all day. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. I'm having a good skin day today. Perfect. Okay, so we have the foundation on. Before we move to the next step, I also want to mention that every order ships with a mini signature bag in blue. So it's super cute. It has these little ties right here. You can tie it like this, put your little touch-up product in here, your lipstick, your lip gloss, maybe a small little powder, but every order, no minimum required, is going to get one of these. Let's move on to brows. So I'm going to be using the Merit Beauty Brow Pencil. It's a nice little fine micro tip pencil. It's got a really, really fine tip to it. So it's really great if you are someone that likes to create the look of hair with your brow pencil. So I'm going to go in first and just kind of brush my brow hairs in place, get them all going one direction. And then we're going to go in here and shape the brow. Now, I don't have much brow right here in this like front area of the brow. It's really bare. I did microblading years ago, so you can kind of still see a little bit of that, but there's not a lot of hair there. So I really kind of take my time to focus in that area and create that shape. It's also important that I have a very light hand with this because I don't want it to be heavy looking there. I don't want it to look heavy or fake. What I like about this brow pencil is it's very natural. It's kind of more of like a sheer buildable brow pencil. So you can get a really soft look from it, and you can kind of layer it to get more color. But right off the bat, you're not going to get this really strong brow. So it's very easy to work with. It's very user-friendly. If you ever feel like the brow got a little heavy, just take the spoolie side and kind of comb through. That's going to just soften the look of it. I'm going to come up here to where my arch is, and we're just going to kind of emphasize that arch a bit. A nice fine tip is really good for the tail of the brow too. You want to keep that real nice and thin. I'm going to just go in here and kind of fill out the bottom. So I've created a shape. Let's go into the other side. Now, if you're trying to get a real natural brow look, like a natural hair look, have very, very light pressure. If you're noticing, I'm just really softly kind of sketching the hairs. I'm not putting a lot of pressure, and I move my hand a lot. My hand has a lot of movement. When I get here, I like to extend it in a more upward motion so it looks like the brow hair is growing upward there. And then as I get to the arch, I'll do more of this motion where I'm pulling it to the side. I need to get my brows done. I haven't gotten them done in probably 6 or 8 months just because they don't grow much. I don't want to really remove much, but there's like little areas that need to be cleaned up. So now that we have the brows shaped, I'm going to go in and add a little brow gel, a colored brow gel, and I'm going to go in with the Merit Brow Gel. This is the shade Taupe. This wand is a little bit larger than other brow wands, but it's still small enough to give you some good control. I love the color of this brow gel. It's also going to lighten if you use a darker brow pencil and you want to go with a lighter brow gel. The two will kind of balance them out. But you definitely want to make sure that you don't go too strong or too dark on your brows. And I'm just combing these up and in place, but it's also going to give a little color. So if you're someone that has a really good shape to your brow and you don't need to go in and create that with a pencil, you'll find that the brow gel alone will probably be the only product that you need. Okay, next we're going to go in and warm up the skin, and I'm going to go in with the bronzer stick. This is the shade Cien in the Bronze Balm stick. And what I like about this is it's got kind of a nice satin finish to the skin, so it gives a little bit of a glow to the skin. I'm going to take this directly to the face and kind of layer it a little bit because I really want good payoff with this. And what I love about Merit products is they really are buildable. So you can get a very minimal, no makeup look if you want from them, but you can also build them and layer them and get more color pigment. So I'm going to kind of apply this in the areas that I want that definition. I am going to go down the side of the nose with this. I'm not really contouring the nose, but what I'm doing is I'm just kind of bringing that warmth in the center of the face because it just gives a more cohesive look if I have warmth not only on the perimeter of the face, but also in the center of the face. And I'm going to take that same brush, the N17, the one that I use for foundation, and I'm just going to go and kind of work this product into the skin by pressing the brush into the skin. And you can see that it just blends out so easily. It's a very blendable product. When I get to the hairline, I'm going to kind of work it into the hair and then go back and forth to really shear it out. What I love about all of Merit Beauty products too is they're not going to clog your pores. Very good for your skin. It's a really great brand for that minimalist. So if you are someone that likes a very minimal, kind of no makeup look, you can achieve that with Merit products. If you want something that's quick and easy to apply, you'll find that a lot of their products are very quick and easy to apply. In fact, their blush balm or even this bronzer, you could blend out with your fingers because it's that blendable. And then I'm going to kind of work the brush down here in the center of the face too, again, to bring that warmth. We're not contouring the nose, we're just adding some warmth in the center of the face. Looks so good. I'm actually going to go in and add a little bit more though, because I want to kind of layer it. So I'm going to come back here. And what I like about the stick is you can see that it's wide here, but you can get a very like wide application or you can get more of a narrow. So if you want wide, just turn it on its side like this and apply it this way. If you want something a little more narrow and sculpted, turn it this way. Add a little bit more here. And I'm going to go and blend this out. But when I blend this out, I'm going to be careful not to overblend. Just kind of tap, 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 press, press, press. And I'm going to stop right there. You can see that warmth, you can see that definition, but I don't want to overblend it. Oh, it's so pretty. I love this color. It really is the perfect like amount of warmth. It's not too orange. It just really gives the skin that sun-kissed glow. And it's so natural, so pretty. Okay, next let's go in and add a little cheek color. These are one of my favorite products from Merit, and this is definitely one that I would recommend picking up if you're new to the brand. This is the shade Beverly Hills. These are the little cheek flush balms, and these are nice. They're also very buildable. You can get a really sheer application or build it and get more. And I'm going to kind of layer it quite a bit because I do want you to see some color from this. Now, this is a product that truly you can blend out with your fingers, you guys. I'm going to, of course, use the N17 brush. I'm the brush lady. I pretty much use brushes for everything. There are some skin tints that I think do work better with your fingers, but I prefer a brush. Oh, so pretty. Look at that. So pretty. These also layer really well, so if you ever want to use it kind of as a first layer of cheek color and then apply like a powder blush on top, you can do that. They give the skin a really beautiful glow. These are also great on the days that you don't want to wear a foundation. So if you are someone that skips foundation or you just wear a tinted SPF, sometimes it's difficult to find the right bronzer and blush products because they are too pigmented and it just looks a little odd when the skin looks so natural, but then you have this like clearly blush and bronzer on. So these products are really nice for those of you that like to skip foundation because you can blend them out with your finger to where they really look just like a natural flush to the skin, like a natural like warmth to the skin. They're really, really natural and beautiful. I'm going to add a little bit more. We're going to go in and build a little bit more. I also like the size of these. These are great for travel. Look at that. Perfect. And then we're going to just tap, tap, tap. So pretty. This is my favorite color. The shade Terracotta is a really good one if you want to just have one product on the cheeks and you want a little blush, but it could also double as a bronzer. Terracotta would be good for that. Okay, perfect. Look at that. So pretty. Next, I am going to set the center of the face with powder just to kind of cut down some of the shine in the center of the face. I'm going to be going in with the One Size translucent powder. This is a really great powder if you have very oily skin or if you live in a humid climate or if you just have trouble with your makeup lasting all day. Whatever, if it's an environment or your skin, this powder locks in your makeup and it really doesn't budge. I'm gonna use the same brush, the N17. I'm gonna use the darker fiber side and I'm gonna really work this powder into the brush, tap it in the palm of my hand, remove any excess. And I'm just gonna go and place this kind of in the center of the forehead, down the nose a little bit, and then just kind of right here underneath the eye and right here before I kind of get to the apple of the cheek, like just right there. I'm not going to set over the cream products because I don't want to lose that glow. So I'm just going to kind of tap it around the perimeter of those cream products and around the mouth a little bit. It's actually a cooler day in Austin today. It's not humid for once. I think we're finally starting to get that fall weather. So I don't really need a whole lot of powder products to set the foundation. Oh, that looks so good. Look at that. I got such great coverage underneath the eyes too. But remember, I did not use a concealer. I used the Complexion stick, and it's actually named that because it can be used as a concealer and a foundation. It's not just a foundation. So next we're going to go in with the eyes, and I'm going to use a Solo Shadow. And this product has been one of my most used products of the year. I'm actually planning a video to come out soon where I'm talking about the products that I've used the most this year, and the Solo Shadow is going to be in that video because this is so good. It's a cream eyeshadow, but there's something about this that just makes it different and unique from other cream shadows. It's got a little bit of a silkier formula to me than other cream shadows, but just like cream shadows, you know, that give you time to manipulate and blend and sheer out, this gives you that, but once it dries, it sets and it stays in place. You have about 20 seconds with this. My favorite shade is the shade Vachetta, and I left it at home, okay? That's my favorite shade. I want you to mark that one down to pick that one up. It's this really beautiful, neutral shade. It looks beautiful on the lid by itself, but it also works great if you want to throw a shade in the crease. Usually when I wear these as shadow, meaning I don't wear them as primer. I don't layer a lot of shadow on top of them. Today I am going to be playing with a Dior eyeshadow palette, and we are going to kind of add a little powder on top of this, but I do want to give this product a moment of its own so you guys can really see just how great these are, just how simple they are and how easy and quick they are to apply and how you have a full eyeshadow look with just a swipe of this. This is the shade Mid-Century, and this is a bit warmer. It's like a really beautiful kind of warm chocolate brown. Do you see that? So pretty. You can use your finger to apply this. I'm gonna go in with my favorite brush to apply these, which is the N16 by BK Beauty. What I love about this brush is I love the shape of it. You can see that it's kind of tapered here to have this point. This point fits perfectly in that inner corner of the eye. I love how this just spreads out a liquid or a cream eyeshadow. This also is really great for concealer, especially if you're using like a full coverage or heavier concealer. You can really spread it out and sheer the product out. So I'm going to use this flat side of this brush and I'm going to load it up into the product, and I'm going to start in the inner corner, and we are just going to sweep this across the lid. And with this, you can really get a sheer wash of color. Just like all of Merit products, you can get a very sheer wash of color, or you can layer it and get a heavier opaque finish. I'm going to keep it kind of sheer though. And I'm going to take the tip of this brush and then kind of blend this into the crease. This is so pretty. On lighter skin, this is obviously going to be a little deeper, and on deeper skin, this is kind of going to be more of like a nice kind of neutral base to your lid. So now that we have that on, I'm going to take the brush, Kind of wipe it off, take the longer fibers and just kind of shear out the crease before it has time to set. So I love the color of this. Do you see? It's like this perfect fall color. Kind of reminds me of this spicy neutral shade. I'm gonna go into the Dior palette and I'm not gonna cover this entirely. I love this color. I wanna keep it there. I'm just gonna use a few shadows to kind of bump the look up a little bit. Certainly can pop on eyeliner, mascara, and be done. But I am gonna go in and add a little bit of definition in the crease and a little bit of highlight on the lid. I'm gonna take the N13. I'm gonna take this shade right here. You could also use your bronzer. If you have a powder bronzer, you can use that in lieu of this. And I'm just gonna create a little bit of definition right here in the crease. It's not really adding a whole lot of contrast. It's just shaping that crease just a little bit more, giving a little more structure to the eye. Oh, okay, so good. All right, and then I'm just gonna add one little shadow just to highlight the lid a little bit. We're gonna do this light shade right here. I'm gonna use the BK Beauty 209. This is a little mini shader brush. It's got a tiny little flat brush head. I'm gonna use the side of this to pick right up here. It's basically like if my fingers were this small, it would be a tiny little finger. And I'm going to just kind of pop this right here in the center of the lid, starting at the lashes, kind of blend up to the middle of the crease. So I've got that little highlight in the center of the eye. And then I'm just gonna take my finger and kind of shear it out. That way you get a little bit more of a seamless blend and you don't just see like a strip of lightness in the center of the lid, but you see a little bit more of a diffused highlight. So you still see that beautiful color of the solo shadow, but you have a little lightness and dimension now on the eye. So, so good. I'm gonna go back to the solo shadow and I'm gonna go in with the Nikki LaRose N12 brush and I'm going to work the brush into the product and we are going to use this to kind of give a smoky lower lash line. I also love doing this trick with this product. Taking the N12 brush, they work really great as eyeliners. They're creamy, they don't irritate the eye, and they just stay in place once they dry. And then last, for the upper liner, I'm gonna use the shade Bourbon by Urban Decay in the 24/7 Glide On pencil. And we're gonna do a little definition right here in the outer corner. I'm gonna create a little bit of a line here. We don't need to worry about this being too perfect because what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take that N12 brush. I'm not gonna add anything to it. I'm just gonna take it and I'm gonna work it on this eyeliner before this eyeliner sets, just to kind of smudge it out a little bit, have it blend in with the shadow a little bit. Because I had some of that solo shadow on it already, it just helps the liner blend into the eyeshadow a bit more. And what I love about this trick is you don't have to worry about getting a perfect line. I mean, it can really be messy and it doesn't matter because this little brush right here is gonna fix everything. If you don't own this brush, you guys, this is a must-have. This is one of my most used brushes. I love it. It's so good. Okay, perfect. There we go. Next, we're going to apply mascara, and I'm using Merit Beauty's mascara. I'm going to place it at the root of my lashes, wiggle back and forth, and then pull up. This mascara gives length and volume, gives you a really beautiful, full-looking lash without looking heavy. Just a classic, beautiful lash. It reminds me kind of my Bobbi Brown Smoky Lash Mascara, to be honest. It really does. It gives that same beautiful, fanned out, full lash look without being clumpy or heavy or crispy, you know? I think when do you get a visual when you say crispy eyelashes or crispy mascara? Like, I don't like that. We're gonna avoid the crispy mascara look. Like having dramatic lashes is one thing, but having like crispy lashes is quite another. I love drama, I love volume, I love length, but I want my lashes still to look like natural hair, you know? Oh, it's so good, look at that. That's no lash primer, you guys, and I didn't even curl the lashes. What I love about this formula is it's not a heavy formula. It's also not real drying. So like this tube of mascara that I'm using, I was actually worried about it because I've had this one for so long, but it's still a beautiful formula. Like it's not dried out, it's not heavy. You know how some mascaras over time, you know, 4 or 5 months later, they just get real thick and messy and they're difficult to apply. It's not like a fresh tube of mascara. This still performs like a fresh tube, and this is not a fresh tube, you guys. Oh, so good. I don't know why I don't use this more often, you know? One thing about my job is I try a lot of products. And so, you know, I find favorites and then I try other products and I kind of forget about them, or I put them in a bin, or I put them in a drawer, or organize them. And I just come back to them, you know, months later and I'm like, oh my gosh, why is this not in my daily rotation again? This is a product that I'm going to take and start using in my daily rotation. It's so good. Like, so good. For me to compare this to my favorite mascara, I mean, that's huge. Look at this. That's so good, you guys. Wow, look at that. I love the look of this lash. For those of you that have been with me for a while, you might remember I had lash extensions back in the day. I haven't been tempted to get them back. You know, there was a while where I was like tempted to get them back, but I just love applying mascara. I really, really do. I love the application process of mascara, and I also love, even though I love full dramatic lashes, I still like a more natural lash. And it's really nice on the lower lashes too. Not all mascara formulas I think look great on lower lashes. If they're too heavy, even the smallest little swipe will give a heavy weighed down look on the lower lashes. This doesn't. This gives a really pretty soft look on the lower lashes. Oh, so good. I'm loving this look. This look is very, very fresh, sophisticated, simple, very fall. I love it. Okay, let's go ahead and finish and wrap up on lips. I'm gonna line the lips with the Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude Lip Pencil. And I'm gonna line, but I'm also gonna fill in a little bit. I had a little bit of lip balm, so you're probably seeing a little shine on my lips. I'm gonna go in with the Merit Beauty lipstick in the shade Mason. Kind of a really pretty, deep rose shade. It's a nice neutral shade. Slightly deeper than I usually wear, but still within my comfort zone of lip colors. Very buildable. You can get full opacity from this. If you want something a little more like sheer and feathered out, just do one layer and then tap it with your finger. We're gonna go in with the lip oil in the shade Au Naturel. And this formula, I feel like is really unique for lip oils. You know, there's a lot of lip oils on the market, and I feel like there's a big range in texture and viscosity of them. Some of them are heavier and they feel more like a gloss. This doesn't feel like a gloss, but it gives shine. It gives shine, but it's very lightweight, not thick at all. As far as color of these, I'll show you guys. You do get some color, so you can wear them by themselves if you want. If you do sheer it out though, you can get a really sheer layer. So you can sheer it out so it's just like a tint on the lips, which is nice when you want to pair it over a lipstick. But if you do want more color, you can apply it and layer it and you're going to get full color, meaning you don't have to wear a lipstick underneath it. So this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I'm going to have all the products with the shades that I use listed and linked in the description box. Remember, you can use my code now through the 24th. My code will not work after the 24th, you guys, and you can get 20% off site-wide. This is huge. Again, Merit Beauty does not do sales like this. This is like their once a year sale. So it's really huge. If you have anything on your list, now's the time to stock up. And remember that with every purchase, you get the signature little bag in blue, and it's super, super cute. So I'll link everything down below. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.